Alright, let's take a look here. For the following vector addition diagrams, use Pythagorean theorem to determine the magnitude of the resultant. Use Sohcahtoa to determine the direction. So what are we saying here? Well, what we're saying is that if you have a vector that shoots from here to here, and I tell you it goes 3 to the right and 4 up. First and foremost, this is preparing you for something called component form, which just says the first one tells you how far it goes left and right, and the second part of that tells you how much you go up and down. So the component form of this vector that I drew here is 3, 4. But specifically the question is asking you to determine the magnitude, and the magnitude is just this distance here. So how do we find that? Well, you guys know what to do. It's just Pythagorean theorem. 3 squared plus 4 squared equals, I'll call it d squared. So this is 9 plus 16 equals d squared. So this gives me 25 equals d squared, and 5 is d. Some of you, and I hope in time all of you, will also realize that this is nothing more than a Pythagorean triplet. Okay? In any case, d is 5. The next part says use Sohcahtoa to determine the direction. Now you can use any trig function you want, but since I'm given 3 and 4, I'm going to go ahead and use 3 and 4 as my values. And I'm going to say tan, I want to know this angle here. The angle, by the way, is always with the horizontal. So I want to know what tan theta, which is 4 over 3, is equal to. So how do we say we solve this? Well, what we said is we take the inverse. So this becomes tan -1, 4 over 3 is equal to theta. And so how do I go about solving this? Well, on the calculator, what I do is I just simply type in inverse tan. Inverse is going to be second tan 4 over 3. Now, if you have an iPhone, there's a way to do this. On the iPhone, you turn it sideways, and it'll have these functions. If you have an Android, there's also another way. So, depending on the phone you have or the calculator you have, it will be a little different. But in any case, we end up getting tan inverse to be 53. So, the angle is roughly 53 degrees. Okay? Now, again, so what did we do here? So if I look at, let me pull up. So let's look at number 2 real fast. So again, you take this value here, you figure out this angle here. Okay? You're going to figure out this angle here. You use Pythagorean theorem to figure out this distance. It's going to be 5 because it's 3, 4, 5, just like the previous one. And you have to figure out this angle. Now, one thing about figuring out the angle here, let me draw the picture. You're actually looking for this angle. So when you find this angle, which I'm denoting in red, it's this angle. Just remember, you're going to have to add 90 degrees to it in order to get the entire angle. Okay? So it's contingent on where the picture is. So the third example, for the third one, you're looking for this right here, right? And so this would be this angle. So the angle would be, the true angle is this one all the way around. So keep that in mind as you work through these problems. Alright? Hopefully that makes sense. We'll see you in the next video.